nearly were
You're
inches
getting in bed with
away.
the public. You know everybody's after watching that Giants. You
And the
know that
public,
everybody's
the
hammering
public wins at
San
times.
Francisco
You
here.
got you got to know when to flip, Tyler. You got to know when to flip. You just
Yeah,
you ride them
just give me the
dogs.
points, and I don't even know if I'll watch that game. I might just go to sleep early or something.
What were the Cardinals up? Like 21-0, bro? You get into bed with those G-men. You have fun with that.
You're now tuning into
The Cover Gang.
What's going on, Cover Gang fam? We're here to recap our Week 2 picks against the spread. Tyler is in the lead for the better bet of the week, sitting at 9-5. I'm sitting at
Yet
a
again.
I'm sitting at a measly. This guy, man, I swear already. I'm sitting at 7-7, 50%. Last week I went 8-8, so I gotta get these 2 wins tonight. My first big play of the week 2 lost. It was the Jets. I doubled down on that. Had 2 units, lost that one. My other double down play was the Panthers. So we're recording this right now on 6 p.m. Eastern on Monday night. So it's before the game kicks off. We need the Panthers. Both of us need the Panthers tonight. So Tyler's on the Browns, and then I'm on the Steelers. So he has a chance to finish with 11 wins this week. Can he do it?
Yeah, my favorite pick of the week did lose. I did have Pats covering that 3 points against Miami last night, so that hurt. But it wasn't like the first week where I quadrupled down on the Colts against Jacksonville. I put a double unit size like I did on the Titans, Bills, and stuff. So I'm having a good week, hoping that the Panthers cover for both of us tonight. And then at the time of recording, I got the Browns -1.5. You got, I think, Pittsburgh at +2.5. So maybe they hit that 2 number and we both win, and you get to 9-7. But yeah, I'm hoping for 11-5 week, which is pretty solid. Like I said, very profitable week for me, so can't complain.
I went a couple notches back in my units. I'm like down back to where I started, like even. So I need these 2 games to go right for me, especially where I got double units on the Panthers. I need that covered big time. So Bryce Young, where you at?
It's the sharp side. I mean, the public is so heavy on the Panthers coming up, but
The
yeah,
Saints.
we'll dive into our recap.
Yeah, you said the public is so heavy on the Panthers. You meant the Saints.
I mean, the Saints. Yeah, no, we're on the sharp side with the
All
Panthers
right.
tonight.
Well, let's jump into this recap. So first up, since my week has been disappointing so far, we'll start out with the biggest disappointment bet in week 2. I had a tough decision on this one. I chose either the Patriots or the Bears, but I ended up going with the Patriots because that's the spot where you take Belichick as a divisional dog in a primetime situation. And what does he do? What does he do, Tyler? He burns the Sharps, and the Publics win again in a primetime spot. I mean, this line moved from 2.5, 3 down to nearly 1.5 before kickoff, so you know it was receiving the majority of the money. And they're just bad. And I don't think it's necessarily Belichick's fault. He's one of the greatest ever to do it, but it's just the team is bad. And I had my suspicions about it. You know, I know it's the sharp side, but I told you off the air, I was like, I don't love that one at all, really.
Yeah, I think the Bucs didn't quite. This Miami offense, we knew it was going to be very good, but they didn't. With them giving up 34 points last week to the Chargers, this Vic Fangio defense is also good. So I still think the Patriots, even though they're 0-2, I think they'll finish somewhere around 500. I think they'll give teams a lot of tough, close games. Ones they'll win a few that they probably shouldn't. Belichick in form last night. Defense held Tyreek pretty low, and they had that one special teams play that was something I've never seen before. I don't think they've ever pulled anything like that before. But yeah, that one hurt me the most too. I think most disappointing, not necessarily bet, but just team right now is the Bengals going 0-2, losing both divisional games, and now the schedule doesn't get any easier, and the line opened up for them against the Rams next week. It was +6.5, +7.5. Now it's down to on the Rams only getting like 1.5 in Cincinnati because they think Joe Burrow is probably not going to play because of that calf. And I called that last week when we were going over the Ravens Bengals. I said there's something going on in camp with Joe's leg, and yeah, I seen him hobble off the field a couple times. So maybe they're like, hey, it's early in the season. Let's just go ahead and rest him in this spot and try to get as much treatment in the next couple weeks as we can. But I hope to see him out there against the Rams on Sunday because it's another home game, and to start 0-3 and then try to rally to make the playoffs, that's tough. But he's if anybody can do it, Joey B can. So yeah, hurts to see the Bengals having another quarterback having an injury,
Right.
star quarterback.
It's not a division you want to get behind in either. That division, they can run with it. The Browns and the Ravens, they can easily keep those Bengals out of the playoffs. So you predicted it though. Hats off to you. You did say Bengals start 0-2 again, so we'll give you credit where it's due. But all right, so let's move on to the favorite play from week 2. You go ahead with yours.
So I think the two probably best plays both came on losses. Like the team that lost the game. I mentioned one earlier with New England. That field goal block was something like I've never seen before. God, just apparently the holder for the snap on that field goal attempt played in New England for like 5 years, and Bill Belichick, being Bill Belichick, he had like a little movement that he done right before he snapped it, and he got his defender to time to sprint across the side, and it was like not even a chance of anybody blocking him. I mean, it was the easiest block I've ever seen. And then the another one was the Russell Wilson 50-yard just bomb. Ended up, I thought it was pass interference on the 2-point conversion, but the tip pass that got into the end zone. But I think that my favorite play of the week was, it was more of a series of plays, was when the Titans and Chargers went into overtime, and Justin Herbert, they got the coin flip. He got the ball first, and 3 and out.
Never fails.
I feel like Aaron Rodgers. It's like I manifest these things into existence. I told you, take the Titans +3. It's going to come down to end of the game, and Justin Herbert's going to have a chance to go down and score. He's not going to. And it did. It happened. So that was my favorite place, was watching those 3. It was 1st and 10, 2nd and 10, 3rd and 10, 4th and 10 punt. Couple plays from the Titans, and then boom, cover, baby.
You had like 3 favorite plays. Nobody asked for that. But anyways, I just have one.
Plays were my favorite. I saw two cool plays in my favorite 3 plays.
This guy. All right. Well, my favorite play was that flea flicker that the Lions ran. And I thought it took me back to my NFL street days. You know, the classic OG trick play, hand it off to the running back, pitch back over the top to, who was it?
McReynolds?
Yeah, I don't. It was
or
one of their no-name receivers. I think it was Khalif Raymond is what I got written down. But yeah, you love to see a trick play drawn up and then have success. So I thought that was clean. But it was going to be that Marvin Mims touchdown that Russell threw. But I can't. No, I can't. Not my favorite play of the week when they don't cover and they lose. It's just, we're not even going to talk about Denver. Biggest we told you so moments. Tyler already mentioned one of his about Justin Herbert. He is just the worst second half quarterback against the spread, and maybe just in general of this last decade. I mean, he is just brutal ever since he's been in the league, but terrible. He's
got a lot of money, though.
He's got to figure out how to finish games. That is, I mean, if you look up the stats on his second half against the spread, I think I read it was like he was number 248 out of like 251 quarterbacks in the past 10 or so years. So he's just, I mean, for his talent level, it's just crazy. He's absolutely horrible in the second half. But
all those offensive weapons, bringing in Kellen Moore, yeah, it's tough.
Another big "we told you so" moment was the bounce back by the Chiefs and the Bills. Obviously, nobody likes taking those big favorites. Well, the public does. We don't like taking those big favorites in most cases, but they were the spot. You just got to play that. And then the Bengals was one of the ones that I mentioned for the bounce back, but Tyler was on the right side of that one with the Ravens +3.5. Is there any more? Let's see. No, I think that's pretty much it. I would say some general takeaways though. Denver is despicable. They're disgusting. I don't even want. I'm supposed to be a fan of them, and I do not own them anymore. I've disowned them. Nothing about. I can't even look at them and their name be on the TV screen anymore without being upset. So Denver's out of the window. And then another general takeaway I had is: are the Cardinals and Bucks truly the 2 worst teams in the NFL, or is it the Texans and the Bears just like last year? What do you think?
I think the Cardinals are playing a little above their skis. They still lost both games. So I would say Houston bringing in, rookie head coach, rookie quarterback, it's going to take some time. I guess it's the same thing with the Cardinals, but people are just sleeping on the Cardinals. They have no tape on them or anything. They just kind of overlook them. I still don't think they may somehow get 2 or 3 wins on the season at most, but I predicted that they had a chance to go 0-17, and we're 15 weeks out from that. So I still think they're the worst team. The Bucks are not. They brought back, they have a lot of good skill position players, pretty good defense. Baker is a competent quarterback. He's not. I don't think he's top 15, but he's not like bottom 5 in the league. So yeah, the Bucks are better than the Texans, and who's the other team you said that you thought we were expecting to be the worst? Oh, the Bears. Yeah,
The Bears.
they just played each other. So as of right now, it's that Bears defense is just so bad, and Justin Fields is going to get replaced probably in this offseason with one of these upcoming quarterbacks in the draft. So it's football, not for long.
Yeah. Another takeaway that I had was this Chiefs team is there trouble in Kansas City, man? The offense is just not clicking. It's not efficient like it used to be. Mahomes again with 2 touchdowns and 1 interception, which is like a pretty mediocre performance from what he usually brings to the table. And Lions and Jaguars are not really known for their defense. Is there cause for concern in Kansas City, or what's your take on that one?
I I think that they're just a more balanced team. Um, their defense with Chris Jones back looked really good. Trevor Lawrence did not play. He just played a bad game yesterday. So um, it was like Kansas City was giving Jaguars the game, and Trevor Lawrence, I think it was 3 plays in the end zone where they got 1 foot down and couldn't get the other one. So just some bad beats on the Jacksonville side. But yeah, I think Mahomes, Kelsey's, still recovering from that injury. I think that the offense will be fine, but if they have a top 10 or top 12 defense in the league, then they're Mahomes is going to keep you in every game. So I'm not worried that the Chiefs will fall off, but do I think that they're the favorites coming out of the AFC, or the favorites right now to win the Super Bowl? No, I don't think they've shown that in the first 2 weeks.
Yeah, for sure.
I think
Um,
Dallas, Miami, San Francisco look like the three best teams in football right now,
Miami,
in
throwing
my
Miami
opinion.
in there. I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
Hmm.
Yeah, another notable takeaway from week 1 to week 2, the unders were 12-4 in week 1, and then now right here before these 2 Monday night games, the overs are sitting at 12-2 on the week. So basically, if these 2 games go under, which primetime football, Monday night football usually go under, they have a chance to go 12-4 to the over this week. So we're going to be sitting right back at 50% over under. So I mean, here we were talking about, is it going to be another under year? Is that favors underdog spreads and everything like that. All that's aligned, but the offense showed up in this week too. So that was another big takeaway I
Yeah,
had.
offense was back. As you seen, probably. I know you play fantasy. We're in a league together, so fantasy scores were higher this week. Yeah, offense was back this week. I think the main thing is, and I'm surprised that by week 2 that it swapped that much, but maybe the books on the over unders just kind of calculated for it some. But it's mainly offensive line play. Like in week 1, it was just atrocious because they don't play. It's a very chemistry set out there. So and they don't play in the preseason together hardly at all, and it's just hard to kind of get that cadence together. But yeah, week 2 it was a lot higher scoring games. As a fan, just funner games to watch for sure. So
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that goes throughout the rest of the season, because last year was one of the most under total seasons historically. So it'll be interesting to see if that trend sticks in the medium term, or if it kind of reverts back to more offense this year. But I think the fans want to see more offense, like you said. It's more enjoyable sometimes, but I like a good gritty defensive game. I don't have
I
anything
do too.
against
I
it.
thought that even though that Dolphins Patriots, I mean, 24-17 game last night, like it was defense, defense after defense after defense, like turnovers and stuff. And the my Super Bowl pick Cowboys, just I was watching like 4 games at once, and every time I didn't really watch Dak much. Every time they went on defense, I just turned it on to watch Micah Parsons. So like, yeah, no, I love football. Like, I'm not just somebody who wants a high scoring game. I just for fans in general, I think it's better.
All right, and now the highly anticipated Thursday night look ahead. Cover Gang's 2-0 on their look ahead Thursday night football picks, starting off right. Let's see if we can continue that trend. We got the 49ers at the home stadium of the Giants. Or actually, sorry, we've got the Giants coming to the 49ers home stadium. The line was 9.5 before the games finished Sunday. It's now moved up to 10.5, I think, 11. I'm going with the 49ers. Look, this line is moving towards them for good reason because this is a brutal matchup, bad spot for the Giants. Saquon is out with the ankle injury. The Giants, in my opinion, were hairs away from being. If they lose to the Cardinals, man, they're right down there with the Bears and the Texans and the Bucks and the Cardinals. Like, they're just as bad. I mean, 49ers are legit. You know, they've had 2 tough matchups on the road and have been in control of both of those games. Brock Purdy doing exactly what I expected him to do, just managing the game, getting the ball into the playmakers' hands. Defense is elite. And like you said, you mentioned it last episode, you said home field teams tend to have the advantage on primetime Thursday night. We've been lucky with our 2 dogs in the first 2 weeks. I think we flip and we go 49ers, cover that large number. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I hate double-digit spreads like this.
It's disgusting, but
I mean, I feel like what you're saying is what everybody's telling themselves. They just watched the Cardinals go up 28-0 or 28-7 on the Giants. They were up 21-0 at halftime. San Francisco barely, they should have covered. Sean McVay saved us with that one. Thanks, Sean. But yeah, I don't know.
Field goal.
10.5, 11. It's just like, I think that I'm still going to probably stick with the points, honestly.
You're
Like,
gonna
that's
take
just
the
too much for
Giants.
an NFL game. Yes, even though Saquon's not there, I'm sure Fred Warner or if they want to spy Daniel Jones with Bosa, it's just too much for like a backdoor cover. I could see it being like, 24-7, and then all of a sudden they just get in the end zone and cover that 10.5. So that's a lot of points for an NFL game. So I guess I'm gonna stick with the home dogs, even though it's not one that I'm loving because I just watched not James Cook, but what's the Cardinals running back? Used to play for the Steelers.
Is it James Conner?
Yeah, James Conner. I just watched him run all over the Giants. So like Kyle Shanahan's offense, goodness. But yeah,
You're getting
I
in
can't.
bed with the G-men who nearly were inches
You're getting in
away.
bed with the public. Everybody's after watching that Giants.
And
that
public,
everybody's hammering.
the public wins at
San
times.
Francisco
You got to know when to flip, Tyler. You got to know when to flip. You just ride
Yeah,
them dogs.
Just give me the points, and I don't even know if I'll watch that game. I might just go to sleep early or something.
What were the Cardinals up? Like 21-0, bro? You get into bed with those G-men. You have fun with that. I get it, though. It is the public side, but we're split on this one. So this is a trend change. We were aligned on these Thursday night picks. So if you're looking for some confirmation bias, you're with the public, you're with the favorites, you're on my side. And if you're looking for just an ugly one, just to take the number, just for a football perspective, a betting perspective, then you're with Tyler over here.
Yeah, don't love it. Not something I'm putting a unit size on for sure because San Francisco should just, from what we've seen from the Giants for the first 6 quarters they've played this year, it should be like an easy cover. Even at 10.5, it should look like a college game out there. But on any given Sunday or Thursday in this case,
Yeah. I'm trying to look now. Is there any look-ahead lines that might be juicy? Let's see.
I think I could see the Texans line start to drop against Jacksonville. Atlanta opened up +4 on the road.
Texans was +9. It's now 8.5. Colts was +8. It's now 7.5. Falcons was 4.5. It's now 3.5.
Yeah, a lot of the sharps have came in and grabbed some dogs, and lines have moved. So, but I didn't see any other than that Rams Bengals because it opened up, like I said, at like 7.5.
Oh, that stings, bro. Sorry. The Bucks were 6.5, and I was gonna say that was one of my favorite look ahead bets. Now they're 5.5. That is just perfect. Well, I grabbed it at
people
the
aren't
6.5, but I would still take it 5.5. But
People are fading the Eagles right now. They don't look like they have it all figured out to start the season. So yeah,
6.5 bucks at home. I mean, that looks juicy right now. So I understand why
it
it's
could
already
swap
moved a
back.
point.
The public will probably still come in on Philly. So we'll see.
Yeah, but thanks for tuning in. Drop a like, and if you are tuning in from the podcast, go on over and check the YouTube channel out and drop a subscribe, hit the bell, and you'll get notified every time we drop a video every week. We're dropping 3 videos per week. We got the primetime bets, we got the early game bets, and then we got the recap video every Monday. So thanks for tuning in. Stick around for the next week's episode. Let's cover the spread as always, baby. Peace.